Good
Go!
morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another Star Trek episode review. This week, we're here talking about Starfleet Academy Season 1, Episode 8, The Life of the Stars. It wouldn't be one of our Trek reviews if I wasn't joined by some awesome Trekkies in arms. To my right, I have Cousin Cheeto. How are you today, sir?
Cool. How do I always wind up here? Like, I want to be here. I want to be under Lord Donkey. I don't want to be Donkey's bottom today.
I talked to my husband about that.
Okay, so speaking of Donkey, how are you, boss? Thanks for joining us.
I came in right at the wire, watching the episode from the other room, and I am peanut butter parfait-less today.
Much to the pleasure of
Unfortunately,
Daniel
we still have
Vance.
some dilly bars. We left them out, and now they have a paper wrapping, so they melted. But we refroze them, so they're just
dildo bars.
Dildo what?
Billy bars. And below
Dilly
me, we have
Baggins?
Zam.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm wearing my NASA t-shirt today because why not?
Ah,
Nice. Very nice.
is that the Discovery space shuttle?
I don't know.
maybe.
There's nothing. It is a space shuttle. I'll give you that.
Yeah, you can't really. It doesn't say on it, so you probably can't. They all look the same if they don't have a name on it.
Gred? Bobby to Donkey's Gred? What's that?
I don't get it either.
Bobby
But
to-
I'm criminally uninformed about a lot of media. So
Same.
we're talking about this week's episode, which is a bit of a Threema episode and a bit of the Doctor episode. I enjoyed the Bob Picardo bits immensely, as my Sir title says this week. Let's start with some other overall impressions of the episode. Donkey, you finished it up right there at the end, so you're fresh to mind. What were your overall
Very
impressions
fresh
of
to
this one?
mind, which means I have a lot of thoughts to organize as we talk. I think most important thing to say is I think this was, like, if we're only going to have one episode with Tilly, I think this was a good use. She wasn't, like, overly fanatical like she was often in Discovery, where bouncing around. She was like the scene towards the end where she's just teaching the class and they're finally getting it. Like that was great. And the fact that she came back, or she's like the rotating professor and her topic is theater, I think that's awesome.
I agree with you. I think it was a good use of the character. I feel like I like this newer, a little more confident Tilly. I feel like she's coming to her own in her tenure at the Academy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just the Academy being like, oh, it's all science class and all this and that. It's like, but we still need theater.
We do. The arts are important.
Mm-hmm.
They've always... Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Cheeto, what are your overall impressions? Or do you want to go last? Are you spamming?
No, I'm done.
I could spam.
I thought this episode was good. I have a one major gripe, which I've talked about before. But the Tilly, like bringing Tilly in for this bit was good. I thought she was really well used in this episode. I really feel like Mary Wiseman's acting has come a long way since Discovery Season 1. And I really feel like she's made that character her own at this point. And that's the most important thing. You can always tell when a character, like when a actor is kind of almost at odds with a character, but like over the, I think she's really comfortable now with the Tilly character. And I feel like that the Tilly character also is now comfortable, with her. So that's really good to see. I actually really enjoyed a lot of the bits of this episode. I think as we talk about it, I think I'm going to find more that I like about it. I just feel like it's one of those episodes where it's like getting the different, as I said, I liked it well enough, but I think getting different point of views from everybody else, I think might actually increase my rating this week. So, but yeah, so I'm kind of excited to talk about this one because I want different viewpoints on it.
Excellent. So Zam, that brings us to you, boss. What were your overall thoughts about this week's installment?
Okay, first of all, the negatives. And the one negative for me of significance is that this should have been last week's episode.
Hmm.
You know, I think this would have followed last week pretty well, considering what we got the previous week to that. Now the positives, and this is for me a phenomenally good episode of Star Trek, just generally. I'm thinking about some of the episodes of Star Trek that has dealt with trauma. One of the ones I can think of the most is the one with O'Brien in Deep Space Nine, where he was given the memories of somebody who had been in jail for like 10 years and shit.
No, he lived.
And
He lived those years in jail, and it was more than 10 years. It was
20 years.
No, but I mean,
Hard Times, the name of the episode.
Hard Times, yeah.
And you felt his trauma in that episode. It was a different type of trauma, obviously, for what he went through, but still trauma nevertheless. And sometimes we see trauma in episode, but it's just during that episode. We don't necessarily get something afterwards in a following episode. Probably the one with Picard's maybe having to deal with the fact that he used to be a Borg sometimes in certain episodes. We get a little bit of that, really, to a degree. But I thought this one was very good, and I can't wait to talk about it. And also, what I liked about this episode as well is that how we dealt with some characters got more screen time than others, but we got to see a lot of character development in everybody, pretty much the main cast. Maybe apart from Jaden, who we've already got a decent amount of character development from anyway, but nearly everybody else got a piece. Even God, what's her name's brother?
Occam.
Whose name escapes
Tarima's brother, Occam.
Yeah, even a tad with him, a little bit, like so, and even other characters as well, who are more in the background, like Jet Reno, it was a really good episode. I'm looking forward to bringing up some of my positives. Yeah,
excellent. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I really feel like they did a good job of being an ensemble cast this week, even though the focus was on a couple of different characters. It really was an ensemble episode.
Yeah, for sure.
So this week I've split it up into 2 segments: the Tilly, Tarima, and the play, which they ended up picking our town, and then the Doctor, Ake, and Sam going to Cask. And they're both equally important, so I don't know which one I want to start with.
Oh, you're the host.
I'm the host, so I'm going to pick the one that's on the first page, which is Tilly, Tarima, and the play. So Tarima's been transferred to the academy this week, and I'm guessing due to better kind of counseling services available at the academy. That's kind of what they implied, but they never outright said it. And she's got her new advanced inhibitor this week, after her return.
You mean Tarima, not Tilly?
Tarima, yes. Did I?
I thought you said Tilly. Or I'm just hearing things. It's okay. Keep on going.
So the cadets are struggling to cope with the trauma of the Miyazaki, so Ake has decided to call in reinforcements, and they will appear in the form of one Miss Sylvia Tilly, the lieutenant, who's come to teach theater like it's comparative literature, which I really like that approach to breaking down the play.
Do you mind if I jump in really quick?
Jump in, absolutely. I was just about to ask if we had thoughts on this segment.
So actually, I don't have a problem with this mindset, but the only thing that really stuck in my craw this week was the fact, and again, we've talked about this in the past, is that they said that, when she was off with the third-year cadets. How are there third-year cadets? This is literally year 1 of Starfleet Academy. So how are there third-year? I mean, are some of them further along and they felt that they would bypass the first couple years, I don't know, but they don't mention that. But I would love to know how we already have 3 years of cadets, even though we're not, even though this is the first year Starfleet Academy starting back up.
It's like
I thought
Hogwarts
this-
Legacy. They're just advanced placing you. Some of them.
Maybe.
Yeah, either that or I thought this was the first of Starfleet Academy on Earth being open again, but that there
I'm
were
pretty
still some
sure-
classes. Because didn't Tilly go in Discovery Season 4 to the Academy to start teaching?
Well, they were talking
But it wasn't
about
on Earth.
was it not on Earth?
I thought I don't know, maybe the Athena was just in space as the Academy or something, but
I thought it was a brand new ship at the beginning of the season. Was it?
I don't know.
Neither do I. And that's
I'm just saying. I think my thought was that there was some smaller classes that were already in progress before this group of cadets, but I could be pulling that out of somewhere.
I'm gonna look it up. I don't remember them mentioning it, but maybe they did, and I just missed it or I forgot. I mean, that's very possible. But I'm just like, how are there 3rd-year cadets? Like like you might be right. Maybe there was, but I thought they said they were starting up Starfleet Academy again. Like that's why he went and got Holly Hunter.
I think they meant in San Francisco with a new chancellor, with officially back at campus, kind of.
The grand
Before this,
reopening.
in my mind, before this, it was all remote learning.
Okay, and that might be, but
if I could just add that there was something I did pick up, which was a negative that I kind of brushed over very quickly because I was having a lot of fun with this episode, is that Starfleet Academy is starting to feel a little bit small now. Like it's the same students and doing the same shit. Like, is there anybody else studying anything else? It's just the same group of people. Like,
it's becoming like a normal
massive
bridge
academy,
group.
and it's just these lot. There's nobody else. There's maybe the odd person walking by, and maybe there's 1 or 2 background students, but they all happen to be friends and they're all studying together, and it just, I don't know. Stuff like that always irks me. When it comes to Star Trek, it's just always the same people.
Well, it's like any other show like this where they focus on the one core group, but they don't do a good job of showing hey, other people are studying too, unless it's the War College.
Yeah. And the fact it's just that when it comes to Star Trek, when you're dealing with an establishment with so many people, and it happens to be always the same people involved in fucking everything. It does piss me off to a degree. Shit like that. And and I always bring back Lieutenant Gary from Voyager. Oh, he's going to go on an away mission. Oh, he's dead. It's like
well.
Ever since he lost his position to Torres, he's been off screen. Sorry, go on.
No. We had the one cadet that got scared at the very beginning, and ran away during the dressing down or whatever. Remember, there's always one that runs.
Her. Yeah, exactly.
There's a few. I thought you meant it was starting to feel small. Like all we really ever see is the big atrium or the bridge anymore. For the most part, even on Cask, they do the trope of it's pulled from your memory. I've placed that you.
Right. Every non-corporeal being in Trek does that.
You end up with the Q continuum and all that.
Right. I usually tropes like that usually go right over my head. I'm not paying attention, but that one I'm like, you've done this a million times.
Look, the only thing I'll give them, I mean, you're absolutely right regarding that. I'm just happy that the aliens that they visited weren't, hostile or problematic or anything. They just complied and they were happy to help out and shit. They didn't make it more of an issue than it had to be, which I really appreciated.
Yeah.
All right, so I have the answer. So Starfleet Academy follows the first new class of Starfleet cadets in over a century as a coming of age and to train to be officers. So this is the first class of Starfleet. It doesn't say on Earth, the first class of Starfleet. So I mean, again, they well, and they all had to do, what was that, the, like prereq test or something like that. And maybe there were some that were further along in whatever was.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to train people in Starfleet Academy. Like there had to be some kind of training, you know, that was going on prior to them reopening the
Like a
academy.
boot
So
camp
maybe,
or something.
yeah, maybe they just kind of like, what? Who's the host? What is that? You, Zam?
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course, that's Zam.
Host. What?
Anyway, so that, but
I'm worried
so
that
according to
remember
this,
to
there
my back
was
like
no
that for a
Starfleet
minute.
Academy class before for 100 years prior to this. So again, I just wonder, I'm like, how do these people get into the third year? What did they do? I want to know what they did before now to train, because obviously Starfleet existed. The Federation
Right.
existed.
That's a big question mark. What?
Nothing
Because
but field
when
commissions,
I
like,
guess field commission.
yeah,
No,
like
I got an answer. I can answer.
yeah,
Look, like you telling me there hasn't been Starfleet for 100 years, correct?
Starfleet Academy, not Starfleet.
Yeah, but at the same time, Starfleet has still been existed,
Mhm.
you know, for past that 100 years. But we see Vance and all of these other motherfuckers, regardless of how small the contingent is, they're still there. So they obviously have to be studying at the space station or whatever it may be,
Well, that's
in
why I
order
think
to
they're doing
continue Starfleet.
more mobile, like you guys were saying, mobile learning maybe, and then like they just kind of took their curriculum that they had been doing and maybe kind of averaging out where they would be. But like I don't know. Again, it's just it's a little thing that sticks in my craw because I know I've asked about it before, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So Daniel Vance says Starfleet Academy
Oh.
ceased operations in 3074, and its original campus in San Francisco was abandoned when Earth seceded from the Federation. The role of training new Starfleet officers was assumed by the War College, which prioritized defense over exploration. Okay, so there you go. So the War College, so the Department of War apparently took
God.
over. Pete Hegseth took over training of Starfleet cadets. Isn't that great? That sounds just like a
Wonderful.
bad idea.
So they're the Starfleet warriors. They're not soldiers anymore. They're warriors.
I miss the Makos.
Right?
All right. Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Good.
Nah, man. The Mako and Reed beating the hell out of each other.
Oh yeah. What was his name? Not Harrison. What was his name? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I just watched the episode recently. That I just watched that episode not too long ago. What was this guy?
It's gonna bug you now.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so in the room later after class doing her homework for the theater class with Tilly, Sam's speed reading through the plays and just being Sam, interacting with Sharima, who is bunking with them, and she's trying to get to know her. You know, when Sam starts glitching again and kind of kicks off our other plot thread. So, but on this one, the next scene is going to be Tilly, Reno, and Ake talking and having the drink in Ake's quarters. This scene I thought was pretty good, and you know, they, especially the part when Ake asks the two of the others, you know, how they got through stuff like this, and they answered simultaneously Starfleet. I thought that was really great. What were you guys' thoughts on this sequence? Cheetah?
Oh, I just was gonna say I thought it's really funny how like two humongously different personalities so come together when when it comes to like Starfleet Federation. You know what I mean? Like, like even though they were both they're both like we know that both, Jet Reno
polar opposites.
Huh?
They're kind of polar
They're
opposites.
polar opposites, and it's just like the same thing brought them together, and that just shows you kind of like how like the what Starfleet means to people.
Yeah, I think that was a really good way to kind of say that without saying it and just show it in that moment.
Yeah, I like you really you see like the bubbly personality, and you see Jet Reno. I'm not sure if you guys ever saw Wednesday, the series Wednesday.
I've
First
seen the
season.
meme from it though.
But yeah, how Wednesday's roommate was this really happy
Oh,
go
yeah.
lucky
I mean, I've seen that,
and she was like, and you know who Wednesday Adams is, who's emotionalist, and that's who Jet and and Tilly were, and so I appreciate from that standpoint, and the fact that it's how what you think of Starfleet and what it represents and all of that. That you could have somebody bubbly like Tilly, and you could have somebody plain Jane like Jet, and they still have lots to offer to the Federation, and appreciate it and love it and whatever, and can get along even though they're different.
Which
I mean, they can hug and be friends, and I like that when I saw Tilly see Jet. Yeah, they've got that moment. They had their moments on Discovery. They are friends, and I love that.
It did
give her a hug.
It did feel like that they were like old friends, but like they like old colleagues, but like they know what each other are and they accept each other for who they are. You know what I mean? Like Tilly's annoyingly optimistic, and Jet is incredibly pessimistic and dry sense of humor. Like, but they both accept each other for who they are, and they just make fun of each other for who they are. And that's that's friendship right there. Making fun of each other for who you are, but not holding it against them.
Yeah, no doubt. Did you
Which
have any thoughts about this sequence, Donkey?
Sam?
No, sorry. I know you're talking about this sequence, but I just thought we kind of jumped ahead a little bit with why is her name escaping me right now?
Trina?
Yeah, when she came back into the Federation, and she wanted to be part of the War College.
Yeah, I don't understand why they did that. Like, they said that she should pursue sciences because of that, but I'm like, okay,
because of her inhibitor, they wanted her to pursue science and stuff.
Yeah, Tarima transferred to Academy -Y question mark is my note on that segment.
It's just like manufactured tension for this episode. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
it's a contrivance for sure.
Yeah, it really was. And I mean,
and then
go ahead, Sam.
Sorry. Her and Caleb's cracking a smile and and all of that, and trying to get her attention, and she's giving him the cold shoulder. And
he's so
later on,
coldest shoulder.
But later on, when they have another interaction, I want to talk about that as well. So, yeah.
I was going to say about the polar opposites becoming friends through Starfleet. It's a perfect correlation to how polar opposites become friends through Star Trek. Hello. Look at us.
I would look at you go all the way back to TOS. You look at maybe Bones and Spock, and I do mean McCoy and Spock. Presumably, like as much as McCoy gets pissed off with Spock, he loves the guy. You know what I mean? He truly loves. They're tight. They've gone through years, and he calls him a green-blooded son of a bitch and all of that sort of stuff. But whatever, and you can see how totally different they are to each other. You know what I mean?
Green-blooded hobgoblin.
McCoy, the very aggressive guy. You know what I mean? And Spock is, he's ice cold. But yeah, they've got each other's backs. That's why. Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, Daniel Vance's comment. I really like that line too about the women that time forgot from Reno. It's a really good point about them, being heroes that should have went down in history, but their lives were redacted.
I find that funny that because I thought that they said that Discovery went down. Why were their lives completely redacted? Like, why wouldn't they have just been redacted up to that point? You know what I mean? Like, where what happened to them?
Okay, Insider Leak. In the next episode, the cadets perform the musical Cats with Tilly returning to play Rum Tum Tugger. Now, I have not seen Cats. No, I know anything about it. So maybe one of you guys can fill me in. Oh, you haven't seen Cats, but you're...
I'm the gay one, and I haven't seen Cats. What's wrong here?
I've never seen
But
Cats.
You know what that made me think of is if any crew is going to actually perform a stage show, we missed that opportunity with Enterprise and Rocky Horror.
Mm-hmm.
We have an amazing picture from it.
That behind the scenes picture. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, another thing very quickly is that this almost passed me by because you forget sometimes. But Jaden, he's a lot more better at talking in front of people because when he gave his theatrical thing and talking about warrior stew and all that shit. I mean, he's kind of gotten over his stage fright to a degree.
Yeah, I
Which
mean, it almost
yeah.
does feel rushed, but again, we only have 10 episodes, so it's like it's kind of
Yeah.
to be expected. But yeah, I mean, I noticed that. That's another part of the character development that I noticed. But like, yeah, with these 10 episode seasons, which is another issue, it's just like it does feel like some of these character arcs feel rushed, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I kind of have, at least a little bit to some degree, have to accept that the all of this is going to feel rushed in some way. Also, I understand maybe it's because he basically got a big part in a couple of episodes now, but they sent him away this whole episode. Like, oh, he's
Mhm.
fighting a cold and he refuses to get treatment. Like,
Good luck in your
is he the
future
first gay
endeavors.
Klingon and an anti-vaxxer? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's a medical student. He doesn't want it. Doesn't know shit. Doesn't do shit. That's the only issue I have with
I feel
him.
like they're gonna have to do some, like, because there's the undeclared students like Caleb, and then I feel like they put Jaden into the science medical lane, but he's not really done anything with it. Maybe he'll switch places as well.
I feel like they
Yeah.
put Jaden in the like I only feel like they put Jaden in the medical side of things because there's like, what if a Klingon was in the sciences? It's almost like, what if a Ferengi was in the security,
Hmm.
setting? Like I feel like they only threw him in there just to be like, hey, look how different this Klingon is. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like they've done anything with it. You're right. Like I would honestly I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he needs to be a bit more of a he needs to show more interest in the medical science because it honestly
Yeah.
doesn't seem like he. Go ahead.
He's spending too much time with Kyle.
Yeah,
I also this is another thing as
boyfriends
well.
will do that.
It made me tell you how I feel everything's so small because a lot of these students are studying and learning different things. Yet they all seem to be studying together. Now, why the hell is somebody who's involved in command and stuff like that studying with a medical student? It makes no fucking sense. Obviously, there might be certain things that are universal, and you all have to know universally. But I think at this stage of their lives, you would have thought that okay, I have to do more medical training, and you need to do more command training. So you need to be in this class with a whole bunch of different other students that we don't really know, and you need to be in this medical class with a whole bunch of other students that we don't know, but we don't get any of that shit. Anyway, let's read this comment here.
Okay, after that, I've got a counterpoint, but go with the word.
Okay, fair enough. Only see the stage show version of Cats. The 2019 version is not. Yeah, I don't want to see that version. It's got fucking what's his name, James. What's his face? The guy from My Country. Go on, Mage.
If they're first years, they'd still be kind of in core classes, you'd think. So that might be why we're not seeing any specialization yet.
No, I just think at their age, though,
that.
It's not like they have to learn English and shit like that at a younger age. They're young adults now. They're a particular part of their career, or as Starfleet students, where they have to they're learning their craft. One of them wants to be the medical student. One of them wants to be the command. One of them wants to be the engineer or whatever.
Yeah, but even in an academy, you have to take like core classes like warp theory and temporal mechanics and stuff like all the core classes that like every cadet has to take, and then you kind of branch off from there into like sciences, medical, command, engineering.
Then I haven't seen any of the branching off. They're all studying together all the time.
That's what I mean. They're all in the same kind of core classes, but then they'll probably start. And I mean, I don't disagree with you. Like, would it be nice to see them being in a class full of like medical students? Absolutely. Or just Jaden in like a class of medical students. I agree with you. I think that would be good to see. I just think that's kind of the route they're going with this is like, oh, they're all in their core classes. Maybe next season we'll see some of that split, because they'll kind of be through those core Starfleet courses, because not everybody in general education is going to take some like Starfleet courses. Maybe they're learning all about protocols and stuff that everybody in Starfleet has to know. Maybe they're studying about, why not to break the warp 10 barrier, so they don't become salamanders.
Yeah. I do know, by the way, they finished filming season 2.
Oh, did they finish finally?
Yeah.
Can I just say I am so very happy that the actress who plays Jet Reno is because I know she's been struggling with health issues. I'm so glad she's still with us to be in the show because I like her in the show a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Concur.
She's funny in real life too.
Hmm?
She's funny in real life too.
Oh, I can tell. Like you can just tell she oozes that sense of humor.
Hmm.
Like it again, that's another character that's like she is now like the character is now her. You know what I mean? I feel like she's been
Right.
that way since the beginning. All right, sorry,
Yeah.
Mage.
No, don't apologize. We're not here to listen to me talk.
Yeah, we are.
To
So
some degree.
in theater class, Jaden, like we guys were talking about earlier, he's pitching the Klingon opera, and Sam proposes Our Town,
Yes.
which she says is about hopeful defiance. But then she starts glitching out, and she's taken to the med bay.
I thought maybe the doctor might have some idea of. I mean, he did, but he couldn't treat it. But I just thought being on in this universe for 800 years, his level of knowledge would have been exponential. Yeah, I mean, like he would.
But I also
so much
wonder
shit.
At the end why he couldn't figure it out, though.
Yeah, I just chalked it up to like different physiology. Like even holograms, technically different technologies have different physiology.
Mhm.
So like I wonder if it was maybe just poorly explained, but maybe it was just like he doesn't know his way around her physiology because she was created. She wasn't a Starfleet creation. She was created by this non-corporeal race that probably has totally different technology. So, you know, that would have been a nice little explainer where the doctor did say something like, it's like, you know, even kind of dumb explaining it to us, being like, it's kind of like human, you know, it's kind of like other species physiology. Like, I just don't know enough about her quote unquote physiology to fix, you know, to investigate and fix her.
Well, they narrowed down to a processor being overloaded, and that's different
Going through
technology
some
than
of
what
it.
he's got. So
Yeah. But they got to take her back to the maker. So back
we're
to
getting to see everybody's homeworlds.
Well, we didn't see their homeworld. Technically, they said no one was allowed on their homeworld, but that's
Yeah, when they. Oh yeah, it's done that.
It looked like a board cube. As a
It made me
Like
think
a
of No
Borg
Man's Sky.
trapezoid.
yeah,
Yeah.
Borg trapezoid.
Yeah, it gave me No Man's Sky vibes.
We still have to all get on that together.
I
Sam,
just
people in
updated
time dilation field. Sam and the Doctor might as well be Neanderthal and modern human. Who's the Neanderthal, Sam or the Doctor?
No,
No.
the doctor.
The Doctor's Neanderthal.
Because
I think this
In technology
planet
level, I
of-
think is what
of
he's
them,
trying to say.
Yeah.
Because
they're far more advanced, but
yeah,
they don't deal with humans.
it would have been nice.
Fair
If,
enough.
it would have been nice if that was the planet that, like, it turned out to be the planet that. Remember when he made the mention? He's like, Voyager. You know, Voyager visited a planet one time where you know I lived a whole lifetime in like some odd minutes or something, like 18 minutes or something like that.
That was a really good episode of Voyager.
Yeah,
I think that would have been a good callback. Like, I don't think it would have been. I don't think it would have been hand-fisted, per se. Like, but at the same time, there were a lot of Voyager callbacks in this episode. But that's to be expected. The Doctor's here. You know what I mean? Like,
that planet must be so advanced. It's I can't even fathom it. 800 years in this timeline. 800 years into the future. For us, I mean, that would be 8 billion years, or God knows how many years. Like it's incredible. I'm obviously exaggerating, but it's still a lot, if you know what I mean. But there was obviously a mention regarding the time dilation, and it came into play later on, which I can't wait to talk about as well.
Yeah, so the next day, the cadets are distracted and worried about Sam. Until he asks what the passage is about when they're reading through the play, and we get Tarima trying to avoid it. Later on, Caleb gets the message from Tarima, and when he goes to see her, she's been drinking, and they talk. Yeah, she's absolutely sloshed.
She's dealing with her trauma in the only way she can think of. But this is the moment. Sorry, go on.
Mm-hmm.
I was not trying to be negative about it. It came across that way.
No. I know you didn't. Okay,
no,
that never crossed my mind. I just wanted to say what I loved about this scene was the development of Caleb. You know, like no, not the
Mhm.
development, but what we know of Caleb. And here's a guy who's got the serious hots for Tareem, and you know
But he still stopped her.
he stopped himself. You know, I mean,
Mhm.
but he could just, you know, she's a beautiful young girl. He got the hot for her, you know, and she's now opening up to him after she's closed the door to him. But that's because she's intoxicated, and this is not
Well,
the version of her that he wants.
I think that was more of a play on consent, honestly. Like that's where I think they were going with that. Where like he was like,
She's
"You're
so
drunk."
intoxicated that she can't
Being
really
a
give
gentleman.
consent.
Yeah, I think that was the angle they were going with that. They just weren't beating us over the head with it. Where they weren't like he wasn't like, "You can't consent, you're too drunk." Like I think he was just basically making a point of you're too drunk to consent, but he didn't have to say it like
Yeah.
to be to us. So
Yeah, I mean, she had a bit. Yeah, I mean, she's letting her inhibitions go, and but he doesn't want this to be how he gets back with her, you know, and you know, top guy, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
There'd be a lot of men out there in this world who would think, you know what, I want to get back with her, and she's giving me the cold shoulder. I don't care that she's drunk. I'm gonna take this opportunity, but he doesn't take advantage of that. You know, he either very good person on that alone, and he's willing to maybe throw everything down the toilet because he doesn't want to go this way. You know what I mean? And that
Mhm.
shows, you know, that he has morals and standards. Excellent
It
scene.
absolutely does. And great scene for real. And
Agitated.
then she kind of turns nasty the way some people will do when they get drunk and
well, and rejection
they go
because
find Genesis. Oh, that yeah, when you're hurt, you lash out for sure.
and a
Yeah.
lot of women think that that they shouldn't be rejected ever.
Especially if they're attractive.
They do. They
Yeah,
get butthurt. They really do.
yeah, that
Sorry, that
the line about good little academy boy, that one seemed to really wound him.
Yeah. But you know, like I said, everyone had a moment to shine, and this was, even though this was not a Caleb episode by any means of the imagination, we still saw him obviously trying to interact with Tareem, and this was his moment where we got to see him and all of that, and yeah, it was just even though like it wasn't his episode, he had to, you know, those moments in this episode that was about him, and it all played out very well, fleshed out brilliantly.
Yeah, they did a good job of spreading the love around to a bunch of the different characters.
Yeah.
So in their room, Genesis pours Tarima into bed, and they have kind of a moment between the two of them, and I thought that was kind of sweet too.
Yeah.
The
So
line there says,
if I,
if you don't already have it.
so if I keep talking, but once again, like this is like, you know, sisterly bonds and all of that sort of stuff, you know, and there's no love triangle here as well between these two girls and Caleb. You know, and she took care of Tareem, Genesis did as well, put her into bed and made sure that she,
Didn't
you know,
let
she
her
got
fall when
comfortable.
she was dancing
Yeah,
about.
yeah, they're friends, and this is what it means to be roommates and buddies and all of that, and trials and tribulations. And that's not a pun, by the way, to a previous episode of Star Trek. But you know, all of these things, you know. So yeah, this was good, and once again, it is not overly complicating matters unnecessarily for the sake of drama. This is just life to a degree, and how we deal with trauma.
Very good point. You know, Genesis ends up comforting her after Tarima says she wishes she were still at the war college before the incident.
All right, who made, sorry, who was it? If it was me, I'd own up to it.
What?
Somebody's laughing, Mo. Somebody farted. That's definitely a fart.
No,
We're preparing the next Memer Prize episode, even as we do this.
I just sent him a meme that I saw.
Multitasking.
Okay, fair enough.
The line that Genesis says, though, were you going to touch on that already?
No, go
Remind
for
me?
it.
She says, "You are on your way to your next you."
What does that mean?
I wrote that down.
that we're
The Tarima
all in a
Genesis
state of
says that
flux,
she did.
especially Tarima at this
Mhm.
point, that
That
she's
her
not lost. She's, in the midst of finding herself.
yeah,
I
but the person she was before in the War College and before the Miyazaki, she's on her way to her next person because she's not that person anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Trauma changes you. It definitely does.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. The next day in theater class, the cadets, all of them except Tarima, are analyzing the play. And then Tarima calls out Tilly's use of the play as therapy and kind of gets very heated with Sylvia. But then Occam, he has this great line about, I'm tired of pretending I'm okay when I'm not. And that one kind of hit me hard.
I really enjoyed this episode, or this scene a lot. And this is one of those scenes where I'm like, Mary Wiseman really has come into this, to the Tilly character.
Mhm.
I Tarima's acting, though, I felt like it was very disingenuous. I don't know if you guys felt the same way too. Like, maybe she's a young actress and just she's not that good. I don't know. That the acting just kind of took me out of it with her part of it.
Really?
But
I thought she was good, man. I thought she was
okay, and
excellent.
maybe she was, and maybe I'm just being, whatever. And by the way,
okay,
no,
fair
it
enough.
is Donkey. That is how you say your name. There's two K's. Donkey.
It's not how it's spelled.
Anyway,
It's not a reference to Donkey from Shrek.
I know it's not
But it has
he-
become that now.
Donkey.
But it's
It's some
become
Paul
that
thing.
now. Yeah.
Unfortunate. What were we talking about?
We're talking about the scene where Tilly and
yeah.
Tarima get kind of heated with each other.
I guess I didn't notice any issue with Tarima.
Maybe I just have to go back and watch it again. I don't know.
You're the problem, Cheeto.
I am the problem.
So I don't know. It was a great exchange, I thought. The seeing Tilly like do her thing, which is exactly what the Chancellor said. Like, go do your thing. This is it, and it was well done. Seeing her teach like that was great.
This is why I wish we had her for the whole season, though. I really feel like she would have been a very. I don't know. I feel like she would have been a strong. At least have her as much as the Doctor. You know what I mean? I know the Doctor's not in every episode, but like, if this, this is the only episode we're getting her Tilly in. It's like it's almost a waste, because I feel like not this episode was a waste, but like I feel like we could have had a lot more good interactions with Tilly throughout this season. You know what I mean?
Hopefully,
I think maybe a lot of us we kind of got the wrong end of the stick when we thought that she was going to be on this show. And I mean, Tig Notaro has been on this show way more. I mean, she's pretty much a fundamental. I think she's been in almost every episode, and I think we got the wrong end of the stick regarding her. And she's going to be a guest. She's going to be like Q. She's going to be like once or twice a season.
Great. If that's all the actress wants to do, then
personally, now we've seen Dax on this show, I think we need to see more of her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get Tawny Newsome back in those prosthetics. Let's see more illegitimate.
I want to, like, it's kind of like one of those Lower Decks things where it's kind of like I want to see a lot of the lower deckers, but I also want to see a lot of the like commanding officers as well. I want to see a lot of the students and stuff like that, but I also want to see a lot of the teachers. Like I want even if it's just for a season, like where it's like you have Dax and you have the Doctor teaching a class, and they go through. I want, and then next season you can have some other guest star teachers coming in. You know what I mean? Like, I really was hoping that we would get some consistency in some of the teachers, because it seems like every episode it's like a different teacher, or like, the Doctor's teaching one episode the previous week, the one episode he was teaching, what was it? Debate. And then like, they never mention it ever again, and then
maybe these are more like seminars rather than a full class.
And it might be if that's the format, but we we haven't gotten a lot of classroom
specifics
time.
on that. We haven't got a
Yeah.
lot of class time now.
I need the syllabus and I need the schedule for every student.
Get us the
You-
registrar on the phone now.
You need to,
Chancellor,
this-
we
it's silly
demand a syllabus.
Go ahead, Sam.
a silly bus. What the hell is that?
Silly bus? A
It's
syllabus
the
is
plan
yeah.
for your course. The teacher gives you at the beginning of the semester,
what do you
Yeah,
guys
where
sorry,
it
call
lists
it?
all your reading
I-
assignments and stuff.
I was being a silly bastard by saying silly
Silly
bus.
goose?
Yeah, silly boost. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I think we're losing viewers. Let's go.
Wait,
Oh, hold on,
we do
hold
have
on,
to
hold
cover
on.
the other side.
Oh,
Please note, we want to keep viewers, Tito.
Yeah, we
We're
want
going to lose
sorry,
contributors
sorry.
at this point.
Manny.
Okay, so we get the cadets speculating on Sam later, and Occam points out that Sam picking the play was her act of the hopeful defiance. And they all start reading he starts reading the play. Then Jaden picks in, the others join in. And then Tarima comes in and starts reading her part. Tilly and Reno look down on them from above. We got that scene, and then this plot just kind of ties up with Tarima showing up before Tilly can leave, and she finally proves that she gets the point of the play and that she's healing a little bit.
Mhm.
Also, no Luna this week as well. This is the second week in a row we've had no Luna.
Luna was what? Huh?
Luna or Laura? I'm sorry, Laura.
Who the Klingon
Klingon
Jem'Hadar.
Jem'Hadar.
Oh, the cadet master. I always
Oh,
forget
Lura.
her name.
Is it
Laura.
Laura? Laura, whatever. Close enough.
Well, that just means she's going to be heavy in the finale.
Probably.
Backing up just a couple spaces real quick, when Tarima's like, the ghost girl, I'm the ghost girl, like, I was thinking, uh-oh, keep Beverly away.
Yeah.
Sam is not amused.
No, I just think, it's like these
It's
jokes
that
are like
same joke in the meme or prize, I know.
these
can move
jokes
on.
are like Harry Kim's promotions. Like, just
I
shut
know.
the fuck up, please, everyone. I can't handle it anymore. It's like,
All right.
Sorry.
We're so close.
Anyway,
We're
on to the next.
So close to making him break. We're so very close. We
If
just gotta
that's your
keep
He's
it
gonna have
up.
a
then-
mental break and
It's
laugh
like
hysterically.
it's like when like for like Picard and all of that. Oh, I just want to smash my
You
head
need
against the
both
fucking
hands,
table.
Sam. You need the double.
Yes. I got the bold head for it.
Okay, we got him.
Oh, my God.
There's a lot in the other thread, the other story.
There's a ton in the other thread that I've got to talk about, which, like the doctor's monologue in the beginning, where he talks about how he experiences time differently, it bites differently. I thought that was some good stuff.
That was a good way to start the whole episode.
Yeah, Robert Picardo is just so good, man. He's just
He was a tour de
How's it-
force this
how
episode.
this guy not like won awards in his career. Guy's in his 70s now. I remember him all the way back to playing the cowboy in the space. You know what I mean? This guy's so. Please tell me you guys seen In the Space.
What's the
Hey,
nature
what the
of your
fuck's
cowboy
wrong with you guys?
emergency?
Send it to the chat now.
You fucking bastards, man! In the Space with
I
Dennis
grew up
Quaid.
under a rock. We had satellite dish.
It was a Steven Spielberg movie. They shrink his body, and he ends up going inside Martin Short's ass cheek. Yeah, and they want the technology.
This is why we didn't see it, because that sounds awful.
No, it's a brilliant
Martin
Steven
Short
Spielberg
sounds
film.
wonderful. Poor guy.
It's a Steven Spielberg movie, man. Everyone was watching Spielberg in the 80s and 90s. Anyway, it's one of those, like, it's just such a good film. It's about shrinking technology and making people.
Honey, I
really
Shrunk the
peaceful.
Kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
But they make you microscopic, so you can go inside somebody's body and repair cells and shit like that. It's got Meg Ryan in it,
Like
Dennis
Mrs.
Quaid,
Frizzle?
Martin Short,
Miss Frizzle.
and Robert Picardo playing a Latino guy called the Cowboy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I know Daniel Vance. Daniel Vance is like he's a proper. Me and Daniel Vance, we're bros. I need to visit this guy and give him a fucking fist bump. But I'm pretty sure he knows what I'm talking about. You see
Daniel
what I have
Vance,
to deal
have
with
you
Daniel
seen
Vance?
this movie?
We call ourselves NerdTube. and really, there's only one fucking nerd right here. You know what I mean? Anyway,
Okay, gatekeeper.
and he's across the
Wow,
pond, which
right?
makes sense.
Yeah, gatekeeper.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm almost
the
offended.
gatekeeper.
Yeah, damn right.
Look at the calm rage in Mage's eyes right
I'm
now.
so like.
This from the guy who can't like.
Joking.
I would love to do a trivia.
Can't name the Ginyus.
Star Trek.
Anyway.
Yeah, so like we said earlier, the doctor wasn't able to fix the loop of cascading glitches in Sam. So she leads her to ask if they can go to Cask. And the Chancellor agrees readily and kind of tells the doctor he's got to go too. Which he already seems just a little bit reluctant then.
He always knew he was gonna go. He had to go. You know what I mean?
Go, but yeah, instead of being excited to meet a bunch of photonics, he's reluctant, and we find out why a little later on. But I feel that was good.
We finally get an explanation on why he's so walled off, which
it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So before she leaves, Sam left the Genesis a toothbrush and Terima the role of Emily that she inherited in the play. The next time on the way to Cask, we're reminded that Cask exists in this unique time pocket, like the planet Goltana from the Voyager episode that we mentioned earlier.
I'm really curious to see this place as well, which was really cool. And what it ended up being, but yeah, when we finally got there, it ended up just being something from your memories that you can relate to. You know, that trope.
Yep, that trope, and which is really just a way to save money on a set, or location.
Hey, look, it's black and white.
That makes it different. That lets us know they're in their mind or a different realm or something.
You know, I'll tell you what. When they went when they finally ended up there, I just kept thinking to myself, surely, Holly Hunter's character needs to be wearing some sort of oxygen breathing apparatus, because how the fuck is she breathing on that thing? You know, like
they probably created.
Oh yeah, we missed Dano Vance's comment earlier about V'ger.
Did we?
Mm-hmm. Scroll back.
I'm scrolling back.
I know, I'm just announcing instruction.
I just think that, you know, like they wouldn't have any form of heating or oxygen, so she'll be freezing her ass off and she wouldn't be able to breathe.
Well, I feel like maybe they just beamed them off of the shuttle into a holodeck, essentially. Oh yeah, this is a very interesting theory. Sam's people are descendants of V'ger. The way Sam's people float looks a lot like V'ger probe, and they took Ilea. And they did mention the Deltans in an earlier episode too.
Well, I just want to know who made the whale probe. That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm. That they better solve that mystery.
Not who, but what are they? You know, that's what I want to know. And their connection to Earth. But then again, we had an episode, what's it, Voyager TNG, where these creatures were from Earth, you know, and they were related to humans, but they look nothing like humans. They look more like salamanders.
So, no more salamanders.
No, never.
Oh, we don't want to talk about salamanders anymore. Okay.
No.
Well, I mean, we don't want to break the warp 10.
Okay, so Sam calls the doctor her mentor, and he gets upset, and we see more of this walling himself off from her, like Donkey mentioned before.
I felt so sorry for her that he wouldn't hold her hand.
Terrible. That moment broke my heart.
She was crying.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that whole part was touching, between the doctor finally telling his backstory to Ake and her helping him like accept what he needs to do. It was really well done.
It really was. Just everybody in that scene was doing great.
Hmm.
The Saurians, they were descendants of dinosaurs.
Like the space dinosaurs.
Yeah,
All of
yeah.
this shit
You're
is just
you're talking
signified.
about the dinosaur race that left Earth like before the asteroid hit.
Okay, I think that's what the episode we're talking about. I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Some dinosaurs evolved past
Hi.
what they were, and so they left Earth before the Earth was destroyed by destroyed by an extinction level event.
Oh,
Is that a male cat or female cat?
Male. This is Bruce.
Male cats are way more
Bruce.
loving than female cats, by the way.
They are.
We've held him like a baby since he was a kid, so he likes being held. But he doesn't like the camera, apparently. Not today.
Bruce is
Anyway.
shy.
Mhm.
So Sam gets worked up when the doctor calls her wanting him as a mentor nonsense, and she starts glitching out, and they have to put her into sleep mode. We had the scene where after that where Doctor and the Chancellor are analyzing the play, and the part of the stage manager in particular, in that he exists outside of time, and and it's kind of a symbol for the photonic beings, almost.
Yeah.
Well, they're not photonic. They're non-corporeal.
They're photonic.
I thought that they were non-corporeal.
The makers?
Yeah, the makers.
I'm talking.
The makers are dead.
Are the makers photonic or are they non-corporeal? I thought
the photonics overthrew the makers that were corporeal, and they've just been hiding themselves away in this pocket of time.
Daniel Vance, like the Doctor.
You're a fact checker.
He lost a lot of people. Like, remember, he was in Prodigy, so all of those kids, Rock Talk, all of those kids, they're dead too, unfortunately. And he got to spend time with all of them.
How did our comment thing miss that comment though? Unless that's an old one.
That's a new one.
Yeah, but it didn't show up on the thing.
No, you haven't missed my score yet, Rick B. And did you watch the episode, by the way? Did you watch the episode of a show that you really hate, but you've seen 8 episodes of the first season so far, despite you hating everything about it? And you keep watching
all right,
it,
Mage.
You keep watching everything Alex Kurtzman does. Sorry, go on.
It's okay. So they arrive at Cask, where the makers pull the traditional thing, and like we've talked about, and just use the black and white version of the set to make them more comfortable. And
this would have been a great place to put the the Voyager sickbay in there, like making the Doctor more comfortable. Like it would have been a nice callback. Yeah, because they could have, with the way that it was black and white and hazy, they could have CG'd that in. They would not have had to build a whole set for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh God, I lost my train of thought. Damn, I can continue.
No. So they need to swarm.
I'm sorry. I remember now.
If you remembered, go for it.
Very quickly, we only saw one photonic being. Isn't there more? I
don't know.
They're isolationists, and they don't want to let many of their people be around the corporeal beings. I think
the one that was talking with Sam in that one episode, he was a bit of an asshole, but then I think this one's a different one because he's a bit nicer.
Yeah, like I said, there was no issues, which is what I really liked about this. You thought, okay, they're gonna have issues, but they never did. Not one. They tried to help Sam, and they couldn't until they came up with a different solution. Anyway, continue.
So they find the source of the error, but before they do this swarming thing, Sam wants the Doctor to hold her hand, and that really just heart-wrenching moment that we've mentioned already, and just he won't. But we see Sam's memories. She gets caught up on the doc saying he's no one's mentor, and that part just, geesh, they're just
Feels like that's where
twisting
this
the
whole thing
knife.
started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, you watched it for the comedy. That's good too.
So the makers decide that they can't fix Sam, and they cut her off in a fake outright killing off. How'd you guys feel about that, Donkey?
It was so sudden, like, oh, the doctor is just over there saying, "What do you mean?" And then they cut to the other storyline. Like, there wasn't much time for them to do or say anything there. And I knew they were going to come back to it, but it just felt like, wait, Doc, you're not going to do anything or argue? So,
Did
it was a big fake out.
Did they say that, Rick B? If they did you like how they said it took them 200 years to build the Sam hologram?
Yeah, they did mention that.
Totally went over my head. They do get the thing with time wrong. I mean, in the 90s, we were supposed to have the Thingy Wars, but that never happened, did it? And we're still waiting for World War III to happen before Starfleet gets created.
We missed the Bell Riots,
right.
So maybe we're still delayed.
The Taco Bell riots, as I like to call them.
Taco Bell riots.
Bell riots.
The last time I had Taco Bell, it was a riot inside my body.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
They took the Nacho Bel Grande away, or the Mexican pizza away, and there were riots.
Yeah.
Nope. That was a bad day.
The Mexican pizza, dear Lord. I haven't had one of those in so long. So the makers can't fix, or no. First, the doctor has to admit to Sam's deactivated form about his daughter from Goltana, and that's being why he avoided her and wouldn't take
Excellent
her hand.
callback, by the way, but they just did. I totally forgot about that, but it makes sense.
I have no idea what this is. What did I miss?
In an episode of Voyager, the Doctor creates his own holographic family, and initially the family is like perfect, they're all loving him and everything. But this is when B'Elanna Torres says, "Look, you got to make this a bit more real. Like, this is bullshit. This is not how families are." And so she changes the program, B'Elanna does, in order to make things a bit more genuine. So like the family are more fighting with each other. His daughter gets pissed off with him, but then still gives him a cuddle afterwards. So he understands that regardless of the ups and downs, his daughter still loves him. But then
B'Elanna gives his daughter Nausicaan friends. I'm like, she wanted them to fail. I thought that was hilarious.
But by the end of it, like, I think she ended up getting, I think it was, she gets like injured or gets a disease. I can't remember what it was, but the daughter ends up dying.
Spoiler alert
and
for Donkey if you ever watch
it. Well,
it.
he ain't gonna fucking watch it anytime soon, is he? He's still anything DS9 for fuck's sake. So anyway, regardless, his daughter ends up dying.
Why am I here?
And this was a very traumatic thing. And this was traumatic for the Doctor, and that was it. Family over. You couldn't handle it anymore.
I haven't seen Star Trek the animated series. Should I leave?
Yes.
Okay. Please, Mage, let's keep us going, please.
Yep. So we get to the makers not being able to fix Sam because they didn't give her a childhood or memories of a childhood. So she has no point of reference and no defense mechanisms to deal with her trauma. And that's caused the cascading failures.
That kind of stood out to me because did the Doctor just inherit memories from his creator, from Zimmerman, from his childhood, and that's how he was able to deal with it?
No, his program was a lot different than hers, though.
He evolved over time from being left on constantly. And his program,
I think they also did program him with, I don't know if they programmed him with a past per se, but like
they used the personality of Zimmerman as the base for him, though.
That's why he's such a dick when they woke him up.
Yeah.
Medical tricorder.
So Ake hatches the plan for them to remake Sam, but have the Doctor use the time passing differently on Cask to raise Sam and give her a childhood.
He was
And
reluctant at first, wasn't
he
he?
was very reluctant at first, but she talks him into it, and we get the Doctor offers to the makers to do this, and we get the montage of Sam's childhood with the Doctor as Occam reads the play.
I love the way like he's doing the baby.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, he was shining there.
Oh,
was.
brilliant! Absolutely brilliant, man. I have to be honest with you. I got fucking emotional at this moment. I was watching this in the gym. I was walking on my treadmill, and my fucking throat got caught. Like it really did. Like I thought somebody was strangling me with emotion, you know. And I really had to stop myself from crying. You know. Hey Joe White, how you doing?
Welcome to the stream.
From Idaho.
Hello. We need a map.
I really, I got very, and I can't remember the last time. We've had so many like significant characters die, like Kirk and Trip and Data and
spoiler, Trip dies,
and like so many main characters, and obviously Dax as well, Jadzia Dax that is, and I have never felt as emotional from those deaths as I did at this moment of joy, actually, of the Doctor, you know, being a parent again. It was phenomenal. I want to cry right now, which is why I'm going to put my glasses on.
The Trip thing is it's only a holographic recreation, dramatized recreation of the days.
We don't know.
More spoilers, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we don't know what actually happened on that day.
That's the series I'm watching on the side.
Again, that's what I'm saying. We don't know if that actually happened.
Oh, so they had a Sopranos ending. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
They had a bullshit ending's what they had.
God, these glasses are too dark. All right, try these ones.
It's got Rick's seal of approval. He hates it.
These are much better. These are my
nice.
Yeah, these are my
steampunk goggles.
These are my steampunk.
Those are David Tennant's glasses from Good Omens.
Oh, I want to smash these now. Now you said that.
What's wrong with Good Omens? That's another conversation.
Why do you have Pornhub tabs open? I can see them in your glasses.
No, I'll tell you what I have. I have
There's no time.
Emu Casino, pirating, Disney, pedicure for men. Oh, this is still going. This is some AI shit I'm doing. Oh, I better hide that one.
All right,
Mage.
Continue on, please. We need to wrap this up.
We do. Ake's journal is how we end the episode. The Doctor did the 17 years in 2 weeks and raised Sam. She returns and is received warmly by her classmates. And there was one line in that I want to touch on real fast. Time is both forever and achingly finite. I thought that was a really good line. That's very true.
Yeah.
So, but if we don't,
I'm being serious, Rick B. Honestly, I'm very serious.
Do we have any final thoughts before Mark's?
I'll be very curious to see what sort of character Sam will be next week. Where the hell's Chio gone? He's into the void. He's gone. He's gone into Cask, and so he'll be back. He'll be back in 5 weeks. Oh, there he is.
5 weeks.
He's got 17 years under his belt. Anyway, I'm very curious to see what sort of person Sam will be. And now, pretty much, the Doctor is not just her mentor. The Doctor is her father. You know what I mean? And their relationship and what it'll be like in Starfleet Academy, having a parent as one of your teachers. You know, all of that. But at the same time, just, you know, without complaining too much, like something like this might have been maybe better a bit down the line, you know, maybe a season or two, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like this is a good spot for it because, in a way, part of what everyone complains about Sam is that she's, you know, childlike, and she's so over the top. I feel like this, hopefully, or maybe not even hopefully, just I feel like this might be a way for them to balance the character out to where
Mellow
she can
her
Temper
out.
for that
be
a
more
little
like
bit.
Tilly.
Yeah.
You know, where she's got the blind optimism and hope and cheerfulness
And then
that
now
is
growing up with
needed.
the Doctor has just obliterated that optimism.
No, but it'll balance it out, I think, so that she can be more, I don't know, more well rounded for the next season.
It'll be interesting how you create a person who has a new life experience, but will still have the memories of her
From the
time.
original one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And so
be interesting how
her
that works.
her like 200 days happened first, and then her childhood happened, and now she's back to being in the academy. Like,
But if you think about it, 200
it's
days
very
versus
wibbly
like
wobbly.
17 years, like I can't really imagine a lot's going to carry over. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but for hologram it'll be different.
Maybe
But
that was
these would be like
suppressed. Hopefully,
this would, and also Tareem as well. Like you can see, I think by the end of this episode, like I'm not saying she's gotten over her trauma completely, but she's moved. She's definitely taken a step towards the right direction. You know, we all suffer shit that has scarred us at some point in our lives, and she's no different. And but eventually you can't always be down there. Eventually you got to start taking that path of like redeeming yourself and improving yourself and moving on from the trauma and knowing it'll never leave your mind, but you don't have to think about that all the time. But other things are happening in your life as you progress, and so it was good to see that as well. And I really hope her and Caleb get back together again. I like them as a couple.
Yeah.
I can remember the person I was in high school many decades ago, but I'm no longer that person. I don't find Sam's new memories a stretch. No, yeah, I get what you mean.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do some marks. Let's start with you, Donkey.
I mean, nothing's given me any negative to back away from a 10. So I think this was a really good, like, calm before the storm episode where the next few big dramatic finish with Noose Braca. So I think this was a really good episode. I'm going to give it a 10.
All right. Cheeto?
I'm going to give it an 8. It was a really good episode. There was a lot of good feel-good moments in this episode. I'm definitely going to I might actually watch this one again. Like I can't say that about a lot of things because I just usually watch it once and I'm done unless I'm doing another watch through. But I feel like I missed a little bit in this episode. That's why my initial mark was going to be like a 7 or a 6 because it was like it was a good episode, but it wasn't like anything crazy good. But like after talking with everybody and talking through things, I'm like, that's why I'm just like but yeah, like I really feel it really bumped me up quite a bit talking with you guys about it, and that's how I felt like this was going to go. So I'm going to give it an 8.
All right, Zam.
Oh, I gotta say a few things here. I like the way that this was an episode about trauma, but it involved everybody, even Caleb's trauma of wanting to get back with the girl. You know, and all of that, and little things as I mentioned regarding Jade and being able to get over his stage fright, and then moving on from that, having Tilly come back and her in the mix. And if you watch episode 1 of Discovery and you watch her now, like they're not the same person, and she's gone through her own trauma and shit like that to be the person that she's become now. I mentioned about previous episodes of trauma. And I think this is probably the best one of the lot when it comes to Star Trek. And I say that with no recency bias. I think the way it continues from what happens in the previous episodes. So you're not just, in a way, this is what makes an overarching narrative of episodes better than at times episodic stuff. When you have an episode like this, because it hasn't just forgotten what happened last week and moved on about it. The amount of shit TNG, Voyager, DS9 go through on a regular basis, and DS9 was more, not as episodic as the others, but you would think that they would be getting trauma on a regular basis. They go through some crazy shit, and this is obviously making them focus on that. You know, the trauma that they experience on the Mizuyaki. What happened with the doctor was phenomenal. I really wish I was alone so I could cry my fucking eyes out. And that alone has made this episode so good for me that I'm going to give it a mark that I've never given any episode of Star Trek so far. I'm giving this a fucking 11. This is I'm going to create an AI thing when I get an opportunity. Zam seal of approval is going to be stamped right there. This is above and beyond. This is what Star Trek is always supposed to be, and this is better than any trauma episode I've seen from Star Trek. And this is a very good bar, better than the Jaden episode. Like I said, you choked me up, Kurtzman. You fucking choked me up. You know, and for that reason, I can't help but give it such a high mark of 11. I'm still very emotional from this episode. It's just so good. It's so good. There's more. There's so much stuff I haven't even mentioned. What made me love this episode so much? I can't bring it all together, but I loved every aspect. I knew I was liking this episode when it began. I just thought this is going to be an excellent episode, and it didn't disappoint at all.
Very high marks
11.
from Sam.
11.
Nice. It goes to 11. Spinal Tap.
Matt Smith out of David Tennant's.
Look at Rigby.
Right, he's in denial. He's in shock.
I think he short-circuited.
Right, yeah,
no, he's glitching.
Sorry, mate. Rigby, he has watched people come and go from his life for 800 years. And I mentioned, like I said, he was in Prodigy as well. All those kids he was with, all dead. Janeway dead. Everyone's dead. You know, like he's gone through a lot of trauma, man. He's made friends and he's lost them. So you can understand why he was so hesitant to want to have a family.
Imagine too, Daniel Vance, you brought up keeping up with Voyager's descendants. They've all died too, so he's watched his crew die, their descendants die, probably the next generation of the descendants. Like he's riddled with trauma. That's why like the whole immortality concept is
it's a curse.
Awful. It's a curse. Yeah.
No doubt.
Sweet release of death.
Mage, give us your ranking.
I'm going to give it a 9. I really enjoyed the episode. I also got choked up at parts. And, you know, any episode of TV that makes me feel things, I'm going to give a pretty high mark. I've
never been choked up watching Star Trek, ever. As much as I love Star Trek, it's never choked me up. You know, and like I said,
Strange New Worlds episode 1 choked me up really bad.
It did?
Yeah, Strange New Worlds season 1 episode 1. Oh yeah, that episode is what Star Trek.
I'd rather spend time with Sam than you, Rigby. You're so negative. She's delightful. She's a delightful person.
Did you not choke? Were you when Jazia Dax died? Did that make you sad?
It made me sad. I don't think I choked up, but it definitely made me sad.
And what about when Tucker died? Which I never saw coming.
That's a whole thing.
What about Data?
I'm not trying to spoil anything for Donkey, but there is a death in season. Okay, he can't hear me. So when can you hear me or no?
No, I can't hear you.
Okay, when Tucker and T'Pol's daughter dies. You know,
oh yeah, that
actually choked me up a lot. But I think that's more of me being a parent.
Oh, Data's daughter. You can put it back. When Data's daughter died, that was sad as well. But it didn't choke me up. And that was really and honestly, the actress who played her daughter was phenomenal. Like she felt emotion. She was a robot feeling emotion. It was really good. Maybe it did choke me up. I can't remember. It was such a long time ago.
I can't say that anything in Star Trek has choked me up like this episode, but
Did this episode check you up?
Only, yeah,
That's
it
good.
did. The part with the doctor at the end there, especially.
Yeah.
That's the
Only,
only-
only Doctor Who has choked me up like that, where we're regenerating. Like,
I think y'all need to watch more.
This
Star Trek.
deserved a 10. And Cheeto, if you rewatch and your rating goes up at all, I feel like we should do a watch along of this episode when the season's over,
Okay.
because it was so good.
You said we need to watch more Star Trek. I've watched everything. But
You haven't watched the animated series, have you? No.
It takes
Used to have-
29 days to watch all of Star Trek if you don't take any breaks and watch from start to finish.
Oh wow, that's a lot of
I saw a
content.
post that mentioned that.
Speaking of lots of content, there's tons of different content here at NerdTube. So if you're not already subscribed, you definitely should. We've got SmackDown coming down the pipe on Saturday, right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Saturday this weekend we have Friday Night SmackDown review. I think from it depends.
No.
Elimination Chambers this weekend, so I don't know how you guys are handling that.
Okay, sorry. As I like to call it, I don't like to call it Elimination Chamber. I like to call it Circumcise My Member. And we're gonna be watching Friday Night SmackDown first, and then I'll be watching the pay-per-view, and then I'll probably do a review of both at the same time with myself and Gary, and hopefully maybe some of the NerdTube boys as well. From Raw.
Just a little bit of a shameless self-plug. I'm right now playing the new Star Trek game, Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, over on my gaming channel, Milquetoast Gaming. Rick B, you're not invited. But yeah, so I, so if you like Star Trek, gaming content, I do play a lot of that over there. This is the brand new game that came out that follows Voyager back to the Alpha Quadrant. So that's just my shameless self plug right now, since we're doing the Trek thing.
You should invite.
I am consuming more Trek.
He likes Voyager. Sorry.
I updated my Star Trek Online on my computer here, and the new thing since the Mirror Universe thing where Wesley Crusher was the Terran Emperor is some new alien species with Ezra Dax as the main focus. Ezri, yeah, she's the main focus of it. And the Midas Array. Did that come up in a previous?
Yeah, that's from
show?
Voyager.
That's from the pilot. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if I'll stream it. I'm just kind of getting
the Midas Array. No, that's not from the pilot. That's the
Caretaker Array is the pilot.
Yeah,
that's right.
The Midas Array is the one that they use to contact Voyager from the Alpha Quadrant.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see if I get used to playing it again. I might stream it.
Rick B, we won't be. Us breaks won't be doing the. I mean, if the American guys want to do the watch along for the chamber, they can do so. But I won't be. It'll be at a time which will not be amicable for me, and so I'll be watching it the following day and then doing a review probably on Sunday. Yeah.
All right. So definitely reasons to stick around, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends about NerdTube, because we do more than just Trek. We've got sports entertainment content too.
By the way, Winnie, I spoke to Winnie, and she and I will be hopefully reviewing season 2 of Paradise, because we reviewed season 1, and we're going to review season 2, and I'll be watching the first 3 episodes tomorrow and trying to get a review of that. Paradise is currently on Disney Plus, if you're interested.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, thank you to my co-hosts. Thank you to everybody in the audience. You've been watching NerdTube, the greatest channel that you've sort of maybe kind of heard of. Live long and prosper.